I know I'm a little late, okay? I apologize. I don't think it's going to be a weekly video I put out there. But we just had SummerSlam, so that's what we're going over. Big night for SummerSlam. I thought it was a really good show. I'm not, and I know people do the live broadcast and everything. That just ain't me. Sorry, I can do a little maintenance here. All right. Let's see here. This got turned to. Let's just get turned. All right, that should be good. Good show though. Very good show. I was a little surprised because they only had like 7 matches. It was a light show in terms of number of matches, but it still lasted like 4 hours. But all around, very good show. So I'm going to go over by the matches, just kind of quickly each match. I was surprised by the number of title changes that took place, but not so much surprised by which ones changed, but again, the number surprised me more than anything. So the first match we're going to go over, first match we're going to talk about, and again, I'm trying to keep this as quick as I can, was the Liv Morgan, Rhea Ripley match. Very good match. Good storytelling. Like, and across the board, for the most part, really good storytelling in these matches. Again, I like wrestling. I want to see them wrestle. I like the physicality of it. You know, the moves they do at the same time. But there's more to the storytelling is a big part to me. I'm kind of at that age for me personally where wrestling, yeah, it's cool what they do in the ring. It's athletic ability and everything like that. But tell a story more than anything. But you know, Rhea Ripley, Liv Morgan for the title. Liv Morgan was the champion going in. I actually kind of was surprised. I thought Rhea Ripley would get the title back. I kind of thought they were going to keep going with Mr. Dominic and her and everything. So I was a little surprised at the ending, which was Dom turned on mommy. I'm not all that surprised by the writing, though, because it was kind of their storyline was kind of a little bit stale. Also, it's also well known that Rhea Ripley is in a relationship with another wrestler in AEW, and I think it was kind of. I think the storyline. I mean, everybody thought it was kind of a comedy thing. You know what I mean? Like it kind of looked at like it was funny. And the thing about that, listen, love or hate Dominic, whether you like his wrestling or not, whether. I don't think he's that good on the mic. I think he still has a lot to learn on the mic skills. His wrestling is getting there. He's still very athletic in the ring and can do stuff. But, you know, he's still... You can tell he's a guy that is growing with the business, and he's going to be, you know, he's going to be great. He's just... But he's hot right now. Like, he is just on fire with the character. He is absolutely hated. People love to boo him. I mean, he makes for a great heel. So it's only smart that WWE... uses that. And over the last couple of weeks and months, Rhea Ripley has really kind of gained that face character, become the good guy. So it makes sense that you know, that at some point they were going to split them up. I thought maybe WrestleMania or SummerSlam here was a possibility, but I also thought maybe they could take it all the way up to like WrestleMania. But I think this was a great match. I think this was a great storytelling. I think that the ending was very well written. To tell you the truth, I didn't catch on. I kind of had to go back and watch the replay when he slid the chair in. But then you realize he's blocking the ref from seeing what she does. And at the end, her and I have it playing here in the background. So excuse me for 1 second. Oh shoot. Okay. So. It was just very well written, very well done, and again, the turn is interesting. It's going to make Monday Night Raw. I'm absolutely going to watch Monday Night Raw. It's one of the stories I'm really looking forward to seeing where they go with it, and I think it's going to be very interesting. The whole, Judgment Day basically imploding. It's hard to tell if they're completely going away from them, if they're going to take, if they're going to completely just get rid of the group, or if this is a new faction they're going to start, because it's kind of unclear where some of the members stand. So we'll see. But again, great storytelling. I'm glad that Liv Morgan is still the champion. She's always been a favorite of mine. I ain't gonna lie, I got a little crush on her. And don't start with the, especially the people out there that I know want to crack their jokes to you. All right. Liv, if you see this, hi. Yeah, like Liv's going to see this. Anyways. So that was a great match. Great ending. Great storytelling. Definitely want to watch Raw now to see where they go with this. And it's going to be interesting. I think it's going to be interesting. So the next match, beyond that, let's see if I remember correctly. By the way, Michael Cole, I love Michael Cole. Just his reaction to Liv Morgan was great, or Dom, you son of a, yeah, it was great. Next match was Braun Breaker versus Sami Zayn, Intercontinental title. My thought process was that this was a Braun Breaker is, they're going to push him to a championship. That was obvious at some point. He was just getting way too much of a run that they weren't going to give him something. And Sami Zayn, I'm glad that they had the title on him for the amount of time they did, but it was hard. It kind of felt like Sami Zayn was... I like Sami Zayn. I'm a big Sami Zayn, guy. I like Sami Zayn. Excuse me one minute. I got to adjust my seat here. I like Sami Zayn. I'm a big... I like the character. I like him. I think he's a great athlete. Excuse me, getting over cold. But I do think Sami Zayn... his storyline was kind of running with the Intercontinental title, just wasn't going anywhere, and I'm glad to see. I hope they do something with him. I hope this isn't all right, now we just don't have anything for Sami Zayn. I think there's things you could do with him. I think there's people you could put him in you could put him with. I think there is also a possibility that he's going to go back to the Bloodline storyline. I think there is that possibility. I'm not saying it's gonna happen, but he could. So as you can probably tell where I'm going with this, Braun Breaker beat Sami Zayn for the Intercontinental title. Match was good. Again, good storytelling. Braun Breaker just looking like that kind of a beast, with the two spears. And it's glad he had the title. I'm sure he's gonna have a run with it. I would definitely have him go on a run with it, and we'll see what happens. I think Monday night, it's I don't know who his next opponent's gonna be. I think the Intercontinental title, if I remember correctly, is Raw. So we'll see what happens tomorrow night. If he, where he goes with this, who challenges him. You might see Sami Zayn come back in the picture. They might do extend this and have Sami Zayn kind of doing, a rematch thing. But I think Sami Zayn's going to go to something else. And I think they're going to bring somebody new in. I don't know who they're going to bring in. It will be interesting to see who they bring in. I don't think it's going to be Wyatt family. The Wyatt family seems to be, that seems to be the Chad Gable thing. And they didn't have anything for SummerSlam with them, which I'm a little bit surprised, but at the same time, I think that in a lot of ways, this SummerSlam felt like a lot of ending to storylines, and that storyline's not done yet. So I can see why maybe they didn't put him on this card. But we'll see. He could be. He very well could be. The IC title going with the Wyatt family, but I don't know if the Wyatt family, the Wyatt Six, Wyatt family, whatever they're calling themselves now, if they need that push. They're just they don't need a title to do what they're doing right now. So I think Braun Breaker, he's got a long run with the title, and I think it's well deserved. I think he'll definitely do good on that. So Braun Breaker comes out, the new IC champion, and we'll see. I think he's definitely, can run with it. Let's see if I remember correctly. Okay, the next title was championship was next match was Logan Paul and LA Knight. We had some special guests. We had Machine Gun Kelly and Jelly Roll be part of this match. Again, they've been telling the story. All these matches had stories with them, and I thought it was very, very well done, very good. Not a huge fan of like Machine Kelly or anything like that, and he didn't play like a big part in it. it was a very good match. Logan Paul, listen, I'm not a big fan of his, and personally, like I don't watch him on YouTube, TikTok, or anything. The guy's an athlete. He's one of those guys that came into WWE, and I will admit, I did not think, I kind of was like, really, they're getting some celebrity guy to be, whatever. And he proves wrong every time. He's athletic. Now, he did lose the belt to LA Knight, which again, I think LA Knight deserves a title reign. I like LA Knight. He's a little bit mix of the old school. Reminds me a lot of The Rock, Stone Cold, kind of that swagger and that attitude. But he is his own character, and I think it'll be interesting. I'm not sure. I'm wondering if maybe Logan Paul, he had been had the title for a while, but he's not. Again, he's not a contracted WWE superstar like normal superstars, where he kind of has that contract, I think, where he selective dates, and I'm wondering if maybe he's going to be away from TV for a while. So this is something where I could easily see, they're going to bring somebody for LA Knight. Again, it was a good match, very athletic. They did a springboard. LA Knight not LA Knight, excuse me. Logan Paul did a springboard moonsault over the top rope. Looked like he bent his knee bad. I got to say, at that point, I was like, it was a little bit like, ooh, that didn't look too good. But he got up and continued the match, so I don't think he's injured. Good match, good storytelling, and everything. But we'll see. But LA Knight win the title again doesn't really surprise me. But it was another title change. There was a lot of title changes in this SummerSlam. So I was surprised by that. The next match the next match we had was Nia Jax versus Bayley for the women's championship. I said versus Bayley for the title. Now Nia Jax won. I was a little surprised by this. That kind of caught my attention. I did not think that was gonna be. I thought maybe Bayley would hang on to this, especially since Tiffany, and I forget her name. That's terrible. But she has the Money in the Bank, and they kind of been, whether she's gonna turn it in or not. I was a little surprised by Bayley, but Tiffany did. There's a moment in the match where Tiffany came down like she was gonna turn it in, and then Bayley kind of, that concentration was lost. She lost concentration to that, and Bayley subsequently lost to Nia Jax, or they had Nia Jax win. Now she's the queen and women's. I think it's the WWE Championship, not the Universal. She's the WWE World Heavyweight champion, and the queen. So it's you will see. Nia Jax has a bad reputation in terms of in the wrestling business. In terms of her, basically she's kind of known to be unsafe in the ring, reckless. I mean, Bayley even said it kind of as part of a promo. She's reckless. So I will see. Nia Jax. I mean, she's good in the ring. She's definitely got that dominant, you kind of see her, and yeah, she's going to be, it'll be interesting to see. I think the Tiffany, the person the Princess Tiff, whatever they call that now, I think it's going to be interesting. We're going to see where that goes. I don't think that's going to be a long relationship. I think she will turn on her. They'll have her turn on her relatively soon. Bayley losing, I don't know what this signals, because I don't know her contract. I don't know what Bayley's contract is. I've always wondered, she's friends with Sasha Banks, Money, whatever she's going in AEW now. I've always wondered if maybe she would try to kind of reunite with her and go to AEW if she had the money was there and the opportunity, but I don't know for sure. But we'll see. This could be, again, Bayley, there's always that, they can always do that thing where they go like, oh, I want my rematch and at the next pay-per-view. So this could just be a continuation now of the story, and we'll see where it goes. But I was a little surprised by that changing of the title. So we'll see. But congrats to Nia Jax. The next match we had was CM Punk versus Drew McIntyre with Seth Rollins, a special guest referee. Again, good storytelling in this match. Seth Rollins looked just funny as hell in his outfit, as he's been doing, but that's kind of his character right now. He's just kind of out there and fan favorite. It was interesting. I really didn't know who was going to come out and win on this one. I didn't know how involved Seth Rollins would be. He, for the most part, stayed out of it. There was a couple times where they kind of had him doing stuff. The big thing basically was, at one point, Drew McIntyre, of course, he pulled out the wristband that he's been wearing that was CM Punk's, and then it came off, and Seth Rollins put it on his wrist when he kind of hold it, and of course, CM Punk saw this and basically got upset. And basically, his attention went from Drew McIntyre to CM Punk, which I get the storytelling, that's fine. It was, and that's pretty much costing the match. His diversion, he wanted to hit a GTS on Seth Rollins. And of course, that just Eric McIntyre hit the kick there. I can't remember what he calls it. And that cost him the match. So, the storytelling was really good in this match. Drew McIntyre got the win. Had Drew McIntyre come out of this. It looks like they're going to go Seth Rollins versus... I think ultimately this is going to be a triple threat match at some point with some kind of stipulation. But it did come out of this like it's going to be first they're going to go with Seth Rollins and CM Punk. They're really hyping up these guys do not like each other. I don't know how much of that is real, but they do wrestle. The matches are very good. So if they have some real animosity behind the scenes, their matches come out good. I thought it was a good match. Very athletic. I saw CM Punk look good. People were wondering if he would be able to kind of keep up. He seemed to keep up. The match, didn't really seem to hurt from anything. But yeah, we'll see. But we'll see how Monday Night Raw goes. Okay, now the next match was a very hard-hitting match. Was Gunther versus Damian Priest for the WWE Championship. And very hard-hitting. They were slapping each other. I mean, just making sounds. Very just stiff match, they call it, when guys are almost legit hitting each other. What was it now? Another time we had a title change. I thought this though might happen, but I didn't think it would go down the way it did. Excuse me again. So we had the Demon. Why am I forgetting his name? Wow, I swear I'm a wrestling fan. It's just I'm having that kind of day where I'm literally like drawing blanks on a lot of things, which is very bad. I know this. But, Finn Balor. Finn Balor came out. And, he looked like he was on Damian Priest's side and everything like that. And then Damian Priest went for the pin after hitting his finisher. And Finn Balor put Gunther's leg on the rope. Again, it's been a lot. There's been a lot of talk that the WWE was thinking about basically, that the Judgment Day was breaking up, or that it was going to be kind of, new regime. So it looks like it's going that way. I have no problem with Gunther being the champion. I think he's going to make a good champion. It'll be interesting to see who they put him with. It'll be interesting to see, because I think Damian Priest is not going for the championship right away. I think Damian Priest is clearly going to go, this is going to be, I think it's going to be Damian Priest and You got Damian Priest. You're gonna have Liv Morgan, or excuse me, Damian Priest and Rhea Ripley, kind of one side, and you're gonna have Liv Morgan and Dominic on the other, and then you're gonna have you have other members of Judgment Day kind of sitting there. We don't know where they go. I think Monday Night Raw we'll find out, but I mean clearly that's where they're gonna go. I don't see again Damian Priest right away going for the title again. I'm not saying he won't go for the title at some point. It wouldn't, I think he's proven to be a main event guy. I think they, have trust in making him champion. But I think it was just, Gunther right now is just, they're having, they want Gunther to be the champion. It'll be interesting to see again where this whole Judgment Day goes, where it goes. The next segment they had was this segment, they always do something, and they had The Miz and why am I doing this? Why am I just having those blanks today? I'll remember him though. They had The Miz. Oh, R-Truth. The Miz and R-Truth. The Awesome Truth. Kind of announced the attendance, did the announcement for the attendance. They had, their Awesome Truth, excuse me. They announced it was 57,000 and whatever. 57,791 in attendance. Good crowd. And I'm going to get into something about the crowd when I talk about the final match, because while I like stadiums and the number is cool and it's really cool to watch on TV, it's this huge stadium. I can only imagine it's even cooler to be there. There's something that is lost with these big stadiums, okay? So, they did this thing where they had Jason? I don't know if it's coming through my guys. I've turned up here because I'm only saying their names. But, Austin Theory and Jason Waller came out, and they basically just, made fun of the Truth and the Miz. And they also made fun of Machine Gun Kelly and Jelly Roll. And, it's just a classic. You make fun of the guys and whatnot. Well, Jelly Roll got in the ring and did some chair shots to them. But, decent. Although you could tell he was a little nervous. I think he did 2 chair shots. First chair shot was pretty whatever. And then the second chair shot he put him. Now, he did a choke slam. Okay, he did a choke slam to Austin Theory. Now, Austin Theory clearly got the jump, but I gotta give him credit for getting the height. Austin Theory jumped, and it looked good. Lots of times they do so, and it doesn't look good. Now, the other thing he did, which he's a big man. I'm a big guy, as you can tell by the screen. I'm a big guy. He's another big guy. If you ever seen Jelly Roll on TV, he's a big guy. They did the 5-knuckle shuffle, John Cena's move. And you can tell Joe was trying to get up. You can tell he's trying to go up, and he's like, okay. And he kind of did the big man get up, where you get on one knee, and then you need that help. You got to grab a rope, got to grab something heavy, grab a table, and he goes to grab the rope, gives, and he just kind of gives. I just thought that was a little funny, being big guy. I know what he was. I know he was all excited, but I also know when he went to get up, he was like, I'm get up, I get up, and then he went to get him. He went, oh God, I don't know if I can get up. But I love Jelly Roll. I've actually gotten into his music a little bit. Not all of his music, but I was great, and I love that I know he's a fan, and I think he's never going to be like a wrestler, I don't think there's any doubt that he's going to I don't think he's ever going to show up and it's going to be Jelly Roll is going to be a part, like Logan Paul, Jelly Roll's not going to do that. All right, I think it was main event time. Let me just double check because I don't think I was any other matches. Yes. So the main event was Cody Rhodes versus Solo, and I always get his last name wrong. But it was Cody Rhodes versus Solo. Good match. I did think that Solo being the new tribal chief, Solo Sikoa. That's it. I never had a problem with it, and I knew Roman Reigns, he was going to take a break, so they obviously had to do, something different. They obviously had to do something different. They obviously had to, the Roman Reigns was the head of the table. They actually had to bring somebody in to be at the table. And it's been well known that they were, Roman Reigns was going to come back, and that good chance he was going to go after Solo. Now, this is where I want to talk about this stadium. It had been rumored for a while that he was coming back. It was unclear if he was going to come back like prior to SummerSlam or after SummerSlam or SummerSlam. Now, like I said, this was done in Cleveland Stadium, Cleveland Browns play. It's a football stadium. It's massive. It's open. I get why they do this. I mean, obviously, you sell 57,000 tickets at God knows how much those tickets are. Even the cheap seats. WWE, you're getting ridiculous. There's just that point. The crowd, you can still hear the crowd, and it's a huge pop. But I don't know. I kind of feel like you lose a lot with the open crowd. And, I'm trying to find, okay, there it is. So, I don't know. Oh, and Jacob Fatu did a crazy frog splash off the top rope through the table. Cody Rhodes through the table. He may have got hurt. I don't know how legit it is. I didn't see an X go up. I didn't see an immediate reaction, but they didn't show him on TV after that. And he was holding his ankle, clearly like he may be hurt. I don't know how legit it was. So we'll see. I don't think it was legit. I think it was part of the storyline, but we're just going to have to see. But like, okay, I'm at the part here where Roman comes back. And I'm just listening to pop. Yeah, I mean, it's still a good pop. You can hear it, but it's just, I don't know, open stadiums, I think I lost a lot. I can remember, and this is dating myself, I was at my arena, which at the time was called, I think it was a Pepsi Arena. But this has been, Vince McMahon was in the ring. It was kind of the end of the night. And I got all my friends, and there was no indication this was going to happen. No indication whatsoever. And my hero, Hulk Hogan. Music hit. You kind of had a moment like, what the heck is going on? And then you realized what was going on, and the place went berserk. I mean, it was like a sound that I can't really describe. It's something that you had to have been there to understand. You've had to have been at these events to understand it. It was like just incredible. I know they had that there, and I get that, but it's just, I mean, watching on TV, you could hear it, but it was like a 20-something minute standing ovation. We gave him Hogan chance, but I don't know. I think they lose something with these debuts like this. Me personally, I would have much rather had this end without him showing today. I would have rather had him showing up on Friday. Have him show up Friday in a small arena. I think the place would have even got louder. I think it would have been more impactful. I think having Roman Reigns, or excuse me, not Roman Reigns. I think having Cody Rhodes win. You had KO come out. You had Kevin Owens. You had the Viper, Randy Orton, come out and help him. I think if they were looking for that third, if they felt like you could add Jey Uso. Jey Uso was not part of this. Maybe Jimmy Uso come out, because the rumor is that Jimmy and Jey Uso are going to join Roman Reigns, and that Umaga's son, who I can't think of his name, is going to come into the WWE, and he is going to join Roman Reigns, and that is going to be those four versus the new Bloodline at Survivor Series in the War Games match. That's what the War Games supposedly is going to be. Again, we'll see. Roman Reigns at the end just looked at Cody Rhodes and left the ring, so we don't know what that's going on there. I'm sure he's not like becoming friends with Cody Rhodes. I think Roman Reigns is going to still be a face, but I think he's going to be that face that, it's not like he's going to come around and go, hey, I'm all friends with Cody Rhodes and KO and Randy Orton, and I want to join the team and all this. No, he's still going to be the head of the table. He's still going to kind of be like that, doesn't want to talk. I was surprised that there was no Paul Heyman. A little surprised there was no Paul Heyman, but not all that surprised at the same time. It's kind of that, like surprised but not surprised, I guess you could say. So, yeah, I mean, that kind of thing. But I'm going on a half hour, so I'm going to try in this. But all around, great show. I think 4 title changes. Everything had a story. That's the difference between. That's why I like WWE versus AEW. AEW does not tell stories nearly as well as WWE. The wrestling might be better in AEW in terms of just what they do in the match. The physicality. I mean, they had a great match with MJF and Ospreay. It lasted almost an hour. That's great. But that's all you talk about. What's a 2-hour episode, 3-hour show, whatever, 2-hour show, and that's all you talk about. This was, you look at WWE, and while I will admit, I do, I watch SmackDown thing. I do a lot of fast forwarding. I tape it. I do a lot of fast forwarding because I just kind of catch what I want to catch. Being I'm old now, but I watched last night and I was very happy with it. I wish they would do also. Thank you for making it a Saturday. Can we keep this going? Saturday pay-per-views are so much better because I don't have to work Sunday and I can sleep in. Whereas if I do on Sunday and it goes to 11 o'clock, I'm old and I need my sleep. It's sad, I know. All right, that's it, guys. I'm cutting it. So all around, I give this pay-per-view out of a possible, let's go through the D is failing, A+ is whatever. I give this a solid A. Okay, A-. I'm going to give it A- because I think there were some things, again, that they could have done a little better. I never get a show an A+, but I'll give it an A-, and we'll see. I'm really interested to see what happens Monday night, but that is going to be it for me, guys. Thank you for watching this. Whoever does watch it, like, subscribe, hit the whatever. Leave comments if you'd like. And that's it for me. Guys, thank you. So I'm just going to do my last thing, and that is peace.